Okay, so I was going to make a different video because I was already really stressed today. I'm feeling stressed and crazy and I don't know what anybody's thinking. But I need to make this video now to explain why I might be losing my job. I hope I don't lose my apartment. Anyway, I was doing my job and these people come in and in hindsight I recognize that they are probably tourists. But this guy's wearing I live in Texas, and this guy's wearing this shirt that says, "Howdy, putos." And if you don't know what that means, puto is sort of something like bitch or pussy, or if you know French, it's a bit like chien, putain. So his shirt says something like, "Sup, bitch, sup, putain." Well, he won't say like that, "Sup, chien." Coucou, chien, that's what I was trying to say. It gives off that sort of vibe. Yeah, so I was just kind of sitting there staring at this guy, and, I was thinking you'd really get shot if you wore that in the wrong place, but, he's got his wife and his kids with him, well, his baby with him, like, it's a really young baby, and, so I'm staring at this guy, and I'm kind of playing with his baby, I'm mimicking his baby. His baby's doing stuff, I'm mimicking it, and his baby did a thing, it looked like it was flipping me off, so I was like, "Oh, you too," and I flipped the baby off. And I guess the guy got real upset about it. And yeah, I'm stressed. I hope I don't lose my job. I already recorded this video once. I'm re-recording it again. But, we'll just put this in there that I really want to be honest with people and talk about this sort of thing. I'm kind of glad because, I hope that I can still get married someday, maybe, potentially, if I'm going to have a relationship at all. And, I don't want, one thing that I'm really afraid of is that, anybody that I know or really care about is going to say, "I can't believe you would do this. I never thought you were that sort of person," etc., etc. I want people to know the stuff that I do just as quickly as possible. I want people to say, "I know that you're a Satanist and you flipped off a baby, but I knew that before I married you and I love you," and blah, 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 blah. Yeah, hopefully I'm gonna be fine, but I really don't know. Okay, adding this because I felt like explaining more. I explained this in the other one, but if somebody, if somebody, comes up to you and is like, "Sup, motherfucker," and they're not, like, angry, it's normal to say something like, "Sup, motherfucker," back. I'm an older sibling. I got a little 8-year-old brother, and my brother often flips me off and calls me a motherfucker. Sometimes you'll just call me on the phone just to say, "Hey, motherfucker, fuck you." That's pretty normal. I don't know. Like, I figure they were that sort of people if they're going around wearing shirts with, that sort of language on it. My mom wears shirts like that sometimes, and my mom always says, "I really think that people should be able to say whatever." It's not like I was pissed off at the baby or anything. I think that these people were just Yankee gringo tourists. And I hope that they recognize, I don't think that they knew what their shirt was saying, and I hope that they recognize that. Hopefully I'm glad that I was the person that they came across instead of, some gang member that's going to see that and be like, "Who the fuck are you calling a puto? I'll fucking kill you." I remember when I was in middle school, I had a friend that was kind of short, and I remember one day I took the short joke too far, and he kind of pushed me up against the locker and told me that he'd kill me. If, I said, like, I have those kind of memories. I've lived in some pretty poor places. I don't want to, try to out-hood anybody, but, like, just for me, seeing somebody, like, I know I say things that are pretty, uncautious, but I think you just gotta you can say those things, just be careful who you're saying them to. And if you're going around advertising yourself like that, I mean, the baby doesn't know what a middle finger is as much as the baby knows what a puto is.